So it went from yesterday, my channel was going to get taken down. And, oh, you better start. You don't have time to take the videos down. And oh, your channel's going down. Obviously, since I'm doing a live, that didn't happen. But now, today, it's, oh, I've been inappropriate with some teenage kid. But then the very account that starts this shit, the very account that threatened to kill my dogs, sent me a picture of the front of my house when my best friend drops over dead, just told me I was going to disappear and no one would care, complains because all I do when I get their shit is reply, but I add all of the police, and other people. Hey, cognitive. You know, yesterday, they're making me so crazy. Yesterday, they thought I would be sitting at my computer, I guess, because I do everything on my phone. So they figured I was going to be sitting at my phone or deleting stuff. I had yard work to do. It's fall, and I have shit I have to get done before winter hits. And that's what I did all day yesterday. And I was exhausted today because of it, but I still have a big job out there to do, And so I don't have time for all this bullshit. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't have time for all this bullshit. I can't focus my whole day. I wouldn't get anything done. And this, I can't even remember the names. William Price, I think, is the dude. He was a judge, now he's a lawyer, but said, oh, well, you didn't dispute the screenshots that we sent. Well, I didn't open the screenshots. I don't ever open any of their shit. I think anyone who opens their shit is stupid because God only knows what's in it, And I know they do shit because when I was dealing with the Slime King, he actually once told me, well, you never open anything that I send you. And he was right. I never did. But how the fuck did he know that? And so the fake William Price account, exactly, cognitive. It's just, they got mad at me. But they're saying that I'm being inappropriate with a teenage boy. So aren't the police supposed to be involved with that kind of shit? And so they're bitching at me that I'm forwarding their accusations to my sheriff. They're upset about it. But, but we live in and all you have to do is go to my blog, because all I've done is take screenshots of the shit and post it up on my blog for everyone to read it. Don't take my word for it. Go read it. And Miss Desperation can't post enough mentions. Today it's been 3. I didn't even open them because I just don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I really don't. It's so desperate to interact with me. It's bizarre. And all of this shit needs to be investigated. It all needs to be investigated. And the thing about this Andy sending me the email is that all of the email, he included all of the email accounts that have been an issue. So all of the email accounts are on that. And so when is Sheriff Gross going to go find out what the Shadow Dragon program has to say about all those accounts? Who are they coming from? But I guess that's not his job either. It's not his job to investigate crimes. It's certainly not his job to count fucking explosions with the gas station. It's not his job to actually deal with anything. I guess it's his job to send out a group email to the very people who are harassing the shit out of me and just tell them everything is okay. And I know it because he included me in the fucking group email. And I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying not to swear. I am on top of the police. I have this group on top of me. They're on top of everything I do. And I'm out being inappropriate with fucking kids. Does that make any sense? You know? It's just right. He doesn't even have to travel to the other department. And it's as easy as a fucking phone call. But it's just too much to ask. It's just too much to ask. And my life is being made a misery. They break into my house at will. They think it's funny. They dance around like orangutans, so I know what's going on. That's what has been going on from the beginning. And of course they do, because my sheriff protects them. And I'm just so tired of this. I'm tired of this. But my sheriff, Neil Gross, Shelby County, Iowa Sheriff, Neil Gross, can go on and on and on and on and on about he gives a shit about kids. But I have a group of people. First, they started with, I murdered 12 kids. That should have been investigated, but now I'm being inappropriate with a teenage boy. You would think that my sheriff would find that he cares about kids, doesn't he? Cares about those kids. Has 4 of them himself. You would think that that would be investigated, you know, but maybe that's not his job either. But when he finds out it's all bullshit, then maybe they'll look at the shit that I've been saying, you know? I'm exhausted with all this, you know? It just is nonstop. It never fucking ends. And they're a bunch of goddamn child killers. And I have to deal with this with a bunch of fucking child killers. It is exasperating. And yeah, I send all this shit to my sheriff. You're goddamn right I do. There's no plausible deniability. You know, there's no plausible deniability. And the Slime King yesterday going on about how I'm crazy because I'm saying that people are getting in my house. And then one of those fucking things says, oh, well, you need to check. So are you on my computer? Is that what you're getting into my house? Is you're getting on my computer? Because you're obviously doing something in my house. I don't think you're breaking in to watch my fucking television, you know? And I'm just sick to fucking death of it. And people, I mean, the majority of you who are supporters, like yourself, Cognitive, Saki, like yourself, you know, but I send all this shit out to investigators and to people who have the authority to actually deal with this. That's what I do. And nothing gets done. And I'm dealing with child killers. They killed Isaac Cappy, Lori King. They danced around Lori King. You know, Lori King committed suicide at Amber Volatin's house after Amber Volatin drove 2.5 hours to get her and bring her back, and no one expected her to show up. But she committed suicide the same weekend the Seattle Trauma Conference was going on. It was the second time they had it. And if you do not think that that scared the shit out of all the people who went to that conference, because everybody found out about Lori. That's what it was designed to do. You know, it was designed to scare survivors. Jack, just that question alone, I'm about ready to block your stupid ass. Maybe you should just shut up and just listen if you don't know what the hell is going on. But I'm not going to deal with any bullshit in here tonight because they're on top of me. And they play games like fucking insolent little middle schoolers. It's all bullshit. And it's exasperating. And what they're hiding is their little satanic Nazi pedophile ring. Like the one that got busted in last September, a year ago last September in New York City at the FBI. And so to say that it doesn't exist, Isaac was trying to actually expose the Hollywood aspect of this. Isn't that what P. Diddy's in jail for right now? And that's what got Isaac taken out. You know? And I'm just supposed to be like, oh, well, you know, just let them do whatever they want to do. But I know how this works. You know, they're telling me that I'm being inappropriate with a teenage boy, but they're upset because I'm forwarding the shit to my sheriff. You know? Okay. It's non-stop. It never fucking stops. But I'm not going to stop either. You know, that's the whole thing. I'm not going to stop. My faith is never, never, never going to fail. Especially now when I've gotten so far. That's Andy Villa told me today. I told him, oh, what, you don't want to play? When you don't have the upper hand, actually emailed me and said, you don't have the upper hand, David. I never said I had the upper hand. All I'm saying is you don't have it either. You know, they don't have the upper hand anymore. They're not in control of anything anymore. And so, right, it's insane how they will accuse me, but then they don't want me to send that shit to my sheriff. But it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Of course I'm going to send it to my sheriff, you know? And I'm so frustrated with the whole situation. I'm so frustrated. I don't know what to do anymore, you know? Because who do you go to? Who do you go to? You know? I've sent all this shit out. I have made reports. Who do you go to? You know? And what I have is a sheriff who will help them. You know? I guess his only job in fucking town is to arrest the competition. Since they're all in a goddamn drug operation, his job is to arrest the competition and make sure that goes, because that's all I can think of that his job. It's not his job to investigate crimes. It's not his job to count explosions. It's not his job to actually do anything other than fucking help these people. That's all he's done. That's all he's done. And so I guess that's his job, and the town is going to reelect him. He's going to be reelected to fucking do nothing again. And that's why my friend on the phone yesterday was just, I called and they were just like, they told me, I just sat down and read all of these emails that you've received. And then asked me, what's it going to take? What do they have to do? What do they have to say? That's why I said this morning in the video, I just started to laugh. They blew up a fucking gas station explosion, and that didn't wake up anybody. But laying in the bathtub today, what irritated the piss out of me is, do you know who knew about that report long before I ever did? Every fucking person in Erling who sent that shit to their insurance company. Everyone read the report. So again, is it like Men in Black? Did they go in and neuralize the whole damn town? They don't remember? No one in town remembers what KETV reported. They don't remember the stuff during the day. And if there was one explosion that leveled the place, how is Dan and his brother-in-law still alive? How did that work? You know? I'm just... Yeah, they're telling me that I'm going to disappear. You know, dude, Jack, bye. I just don't play anymore, you know? I just don't play. A bunch of fucking child killers. And that's who all these people are defending, is a bunch of goddamn child killers. Yeah, they kill adults, but they're focused on this child trafficking. They're focused on kids. And people who promote them and support them are doing the exact same thing. They're not honest about it with themselves. They're not honest about it. But that's what they're doing, you know? And if it's okay, okay, stand up, be proud, you know? I just don't know what to do or say anymore, you know? And all I do is just hang out at the house because fuck, I'm afraid of leaving because they're in my house all the time, you know? I have 3 readers left. I had 10, you know? And it's just me. So I guess I have a poltergeist. But that's the stupid shit they do. Because they want me to know they were in my house. It's no fun for them to be in my house if I don't know about it. That's why all this stupid shit happens, you know? And they do. They hurt what God loves. And I'm not kidding. That whole, it's better to tie a millstone around your throat and drown yourself in the ocean than hurt a child, that none of that has changed. None of it has changed. That is the reason why they have an issue with me. Because when I went to heaven and sought out heaven, it seemed that heaven was just as pissed off as I was about the same shit. It wasn't that hard to convince heaven to help me. And I ask God, the whole thing about it is that I have to go through and just deal with it. I laid in the bath and prayed and listened to God for 3.5 hours this morning in the bath and was just told the same thing. Just keep trudging on. Just keep trudging on. Just keep doing what I'm doing and have faith. Be sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see. And I just have to have faith. I'm being tested right along with everyone else. It's not like my road is easy. Trust me, it's not like my road is easy. And so we do need to support each other because staying true to the faith right now sucks. For anyone who's doing it, it sucks. They terrorize us, you know? But all of this changed for me drastically when I saw my stepmother was still alive. And because I was told for years that my stepmother was dead, but she's obviously not dead, because she was at a restaurant in town when I ran into her. It's the whole reason why I don't think Michael Aquino is dead. Because I don't think a person is able to kill themselves twice. I just don't think that's possible. Call me fucking crazy. You know? My path sucks cognitive. Yes, it does. But I'm not alone in any of this. And I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking heaven is with me all the time. All the time. Miss Desperation will continuously accuse me of practicing witchcraft. Little empress herself. I don't have to practice anything. Heaven does it all for me. I just have to go ask. That's the cool thing about it. And again, they're not fighting me. They're fighting the dark. And the dark is inside them. All their stupid shit. Hey, Sherilyn. All of their stupid shit. Nothing is hidden in heaven. Nothing's hidden in heaven. And they can grandstand and do all this bullshit that they want to get all of you convinced of whatever the fuck they want to convince you of. But you want to know what? Heaven's not duped. Heaven isn't duped. And that's who they're fighting. That's who they're fighting. Because the dark is also controlled by heaven. There's nothing that isn't. And so, but the fact that you can go to my blog and just read the screenshots, and that's what they're mad about. They're mad because I just show their screenshots. They're mad that I'm showing the shit they're sending me. That's why they're mad. That's why they don't like me. But it is kind of a logical fucking solution. If you don't want me to do what I have consistently done for years, then don't send me the shit. Because doing something over and over and over and doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result, isn't that what they call mental illness? Crazy? So you send me the shit, I take screenshots and then post it so that everyone can see it. But you send me the shit expecting me to do something other than what I have consistently done the whole time. And then you're gonna bitch that I'm showing people your shit. Okay, I guess that makes sense in a bizarro, upside down world kind of way. They can come into my town. They can send me live videos of my town. They can take credit for my best friend fucking dropping over dead. The police know about it. The police don't deal with it. Shelby County, Iowa Sheriff didn't deal with it until 6 months later. And do you want to know how he fucking dealt with it? He sent us all a group email and told them there was nothing wrong. He focused on one picture that wasn't the right picture because it wasn't the one from the front of my house. And I was so freaked out when I got that. I just sent it to the sheriff because but all the live videos. So how do you explain all the live videos? But he doesn't ever want to talk about the live videos. Doesn't want to talk about any of that. And why? Because maybe they were in and did the exact same thing that they always do. They showed up, murdered my friend, danced around and bragged about it, and then got upset when I made an issue out of it. And he couldn't be held accountable, but now he can if anything happens. Yeah, because he's well fucking aware of everything. And more importantly, all of you are aware that he is aware of everything that's going on. That's the key to all of this. You're all aware that he's aware. That's the difference. You know? We're all here as witness. God wanted you to turn on the comments so that we could bear witness. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. You know? Because I was definitely told to open the comments up and start talking about Isaac Cappy. Neither one I wanted to do. But I'm told, and now I'm really glad that I opened up the comments. I'm really glad. I learned a lot, you know? I learned a lot. And jail is not a nice place for crooked cops. Do you know the fucking Slime King threatened me and actually made a point to tell me that I was going to be arrested and end up in the Shelby County jail? And that was a threat, you know, because I would be willing to bet, oh, yeah, Neil would love to get me under his thumb, you know? And so, what is the conversation in here? I'm trying to expose a bunch of child killers, and I've been showing how my sheriff is working, protecting them, so that they can still do whatever the fuck it is they want to do. And you can go to my blog, davidshurter.com, and go read all of the shit for yourself. All of the shit for yourself. You can go read all of it. You know? And yet, here I still am. You know? Now, there's going to be no tribunals. The whole thing about it is that they open up camps. You can say fucking goodbye to me because they'll stick me right into the camp. Right into the fucking camp. You know? And it's funny that Russia listens to me as much as the United States. Russia's watching. And the only reason why I know that is because YouTube sends analytics every week. And I'm just no, I know, sir. I'm not, don't take anything that I'm saying in here personally. I'm just really irritated tonight. I'm irritated. I am so irritated. Yesterday was just, I guess they expected me to go erase all these videos. I didn't fucking do shit. I did a video for YouTube and told them, you know, I'm just trying to expose this stuff here. You know, that's all I'm doing is trying to expose these crimes. I've gone to the police. I've done it in all the traditional ways, and it's gotten me nowhere. So now I'm having to do untraditional ways. And I don't know if it's gotten me anywhere now, you know? And I don't understand. It is frustrating because I will do as I am asked. I will do child trafficking. That's what I'm exposing. Child trafficking. The group that killed Isaac Cappy, who was trying to expose the same child trafficking in Hollywood that P. Diddy is now sitting in jail for. And they murdered him over it. Lori King, trauma survivor, who was involved with Ivory Garden, committed suicide at someone's house who came and got her, drove 2.5 hours to go get her, showed up, sent her husband out for something weird, got her, Lori in the car, drove back 2.5 hours, and Lori King committed suicide that same fucking weekend that the second Ivory Garden trauma conference was going on in Seattle. Exact same time. And obviously, Lori King's husband had a problem with what happened because they didn't investigate, and he was dead less than a year later. But nothing matters. Nothing is coincidence. It's all coincidence. Nothing's connected to anything else. The problem with Russia is that they're also involved with the child trafficking. Russia and the United States are the two main culprits for child trafficking, statistically speaking. They will never shut me up. Sweet delight. You know that they are going to do everything they can to shut you up. Don't you do it. This is about children. That's just it. You know? That's just it. It's about children. And it's about God. It's about heaven. It's about serving heaven. No, every country is involved. I'm not saying that other countries aren't involved. I'm just saying that statistically speaking, the United States and Russia are top of the list. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that all the other countries are involved or aren't involved. But that's why I had such an issue about that Sound of Freedom movie, because they want everyone to think that it's in Thailand and all these other countries. And it's not. It's not. It's prevalent here. You know? It's the whole thing that I've been trying to expose. The Satanic Temple and their little satanic after-school daycare program needs to be investigated because they're involved. Because Doug Mesner's whole history is shutting survivors up. And the Satanic Temple and Amber Volatin were working hand in hand, attacking me at the same time Lori King ended up dead. It's global. It's global. Exactly, Sherilyn. It's global. When they busted that satanic Nazi pedophile ring a year ago last September in New York City, the FBI did. You can go type it in and type in The Guardian and read the whole article. It was a global satanic Nazi pedophile ring. It was global. And to think that there's not more to end up dealing with is ridiculous. You know? Here, I'll switch around so you don't have that glare. I'm not going to stay on here all that long because, as you can tell, I just want to go, just gonna go sit down and probably sew and watch some television and just, I am so sick of this. I am so sick of this. And I have to deal with it. I have to deal with it. I have no way, you know? I have my medical marijuana card, yes. That's what I'm getting ready to do, Saki, is when I first moved in, I got all these paving stones and I just put them on the ground thinking, oh, well, they'll just dig themselves in. No, they did not just dig themselves in. So I had to pick all of them up and stack them all up. And then I've spent the last year, I buy a little bit of sand each time. And now I think I have enough sand. I think I have like 25 bags of sand because I have to dig it all down and then pour sand down and then put the paving stones on because they're breaking. They rock. So I'm getting ready to go dig in the dirt. Saki said, go put your hands in the dirt, ground yourself. And that's what I'm getting ready to do. You know, I would have done it today, but I did all the yard work yesterday, which was pulling out all of the plants that were planted and the flowers that needed to be cut down and taking it to the place in town and having to put my raised beds back in the garage, which means I had to clean the whole garage and organize the garage to get them in. And I do go outside barefoot, Saki. And I love the fact that it is so cold. Oh my God, I love it. I've been in shorts and this is a shirt that I got at Goodwill. $2. I like the salmon color, $2. Can't beat $2 for a shirt. And I just want all of this stuff. I had a fire this morning. We're under a fire advisory. When you can't light any fire. We're under a severe fire alert right now. And thank you, LaFay. Said I sound like an interesting dude. He wishes me the best. Thank you. And I just take it that's. I'm not trying to get it, I like to sit and stare at the trees. The animals are all working hard, preparing for winter. My backyard, because of the way it is set up, and because I feed the birds, I can't now, because now I don't have any bird food. And I'm just... The bills have just been astronomically high, but I will say that I got caught up on like taxes and stuff, and I don't have money for bird food. We're all hurting, whenever anyone asks me how I am, I always say I'm living the dream, because that's just the way I phrase it. I'm living the dream. It's broke all the time, but have it better than most, and so I can't complain. God has blessed me and watched out over me, and I can't, that's, if I had the money to just get away for a day, I probably would. And I appreciate, Saki says I pray for you all the time. I totally appreciate prayers. Prayers help a lot. And cognitive, since heaven is true reality, this is the dream, the illusion that it is. It's totally, none of this is real. On the other side, everything is real because it's permanent. And nothing here is real, and it's all being dealt with. And like I said, if they thought that telling you that I was a 7-headed hydra that ate children in one big gulp, and they thought that you wouldn't listen to me, if they could convince you of that, they would tell you that. What was the name of the Nazi pedo thing? Want to read about it? Type in The Guardian. That's who reported it, The Guardian. And then type in global Nazi pedo ring, New York City, FBI. Just type that into the global thing. It'll come up. I've posted screenshots of it on my blog. But if you want to read the article, that's all you have to do. And it'll come right up. And if you go onto my blog, or not my blog, but my YouTube channel, this channel, and see the stuff that when I start talking about it, you'll see in the pictures, because I show screenshots. That's the pictures in the background. Go read the comments, because stuff that people have said in the comments, someone put the FBI article, that the FBI report that the Guardian got their stuff from. They put the link in there for that. And so it's, they just busted a Nazi ring out on the West Coast, All this stuff is not, this terrorist bullshit that's coming from this group is not going to last. It's going to be investigated. That's why I'm so angry about the Erling, Iowa gas station explosion. It was a terrorist attack. They put a bomb in that gas station to try and take out my sister and I, or at least our houses. My sister wasn't at her house when the gas station blew up. She was back in Omaha. But I was naked in the shower when it happened. You know? They put a bomb in there. That's the reason why the official report is wrong. It's a lie. There wasn't one explosion that leveled the place. There were two explosions, and they were 9.5 minutes apart. There was a bomb put in there, probably from the dudes that were across the street the Saturday before at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it wasn't even Saturday night. It was 3 o'clock Sunday morning. They woke up my neighbors, probably connected to the same group that was sending me all the threats. That's what I would assume. And then maybe look at Sheriff Donovan. That's the dude who works under Neil Gross, who was the deputy who helped them take me to court to try and take away my dogs. And he committed suicide a week and a half before the gas station explosion. But nothing has anything to do with anything else. It's all circumstantial. To think that it could all be related is just crazy. Oh, they tried. They took me to court. My dogs were fine, and then 8 months after I bought that house and moved in, all of a sudden they wanted my dogs gone because they were on top of me. Erling was the worst fucking place I've ever lived in my life. The devil is alive and well there. It is known for the last sanctioned Catholic exorcism, and whatever they released from that girl supposedly is alive and well in that town, because it was hell living there. And what I get from people are, let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. Yes, they just came in and murdered your best friend and bragged about it, but let it go. Let it go. They put a bomb in the gas station to try and kill you. But let it go. Let it go. It doesn't matter. Just let it go. You know? Exactly. I'm not Elsa. This isn't Frozen. You know? And I'm not just gonna let it go. Oh, they're in a child trafficking ring and they're killing kids, but just let it go. It doesn't matter. Let it go. Let it go. You know? And I'm supposed to respect that. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to just be like, oh, okay, you're absolutely right. And I'm crazy because I don't agree with that. Because I keep doing the same shit that I'm doing all the time. You know? What? It's okay. You can detour from the current subject. What are your thoughts on sleep paralysis? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's demons sitting on your chest. But I think that we are most vulnerable when we are asleep. Especially when you are in that period where you are kind of awake but asleep at the same time. You know, that's a very, and can be influenced by a lot of things. And so, but chances are people who deal with sleep paralysis deal with fear when they're awake as well. You will be vindicated, Sweet Delight says, and it matters, Sherilyn says. It does, but the whole thing about it is that things do matter. You know? Things do matter. Children matter. Standing up to try and stop this and expose it matters. You know, the friends that I have lost, my family members that I have lost to all of this. You know, Owen wasn't just my best friend. He was my brother-in-law for 20 years. He was family. And then they came in and they danced around like there was nothing I could do. And maybe not. But that doesn't mean I'm going to fucking shut up about it. I'm not. I'm not. And to be honest, I've never liked it up the ass. So I'm not one that just takes it up the ass. You know? I'm going to fight back. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I have done. You know? And I'm going to continue doing it. I'm going to continue fighting back. But if you want to know why I'm so irritable, just go to davidshurter.com and read all of the screenshots from all the shit that I had to deal with today and yesterday and all of the other stuff. You know? And I'm not always irritable. One of you in here knows I should have done a show yesterday because I was in such a good mood yesterday afternoon. I had gotten all that yard work done and I'd been outside and all the fresh air and you know, just dealing with the land and stuff like that. And I was in such a good mood. But I ended up making food. And then after I ate, I was exhausted. I fell asleep at about 5:30, 6 o'clock last night. I ate food and then it was do a live video or go to bed. And you can see yesterday what won because I went to bed. I was exhausted. You're interesting when you're irritated. Thank you. I get that a lot. People are amused when I'm irritated because you just never know what's going to come out of my mouth. I have not had the meat sweats yet. I went down there one day and it was not open that day. They're open strange hours, but that makes sense. So I have to go down there on a weekend, but I am going to go. It's just one of the things to where I'm so sick of eating food alone. I'm so sick of eating food alone. I'm sick of eating out alone. There are certain places that I'll go, but I'm just really tired of, I'd rather just cook food and eat at home alone. And Owen was the person that I went out and ate with all the time. You know, it was fun because we would just go out. He's the only one that I would go eat with and then sit for hours and talk at the table. Usually after I eat, I want to get up. I want to get up and move around. But we would just sit and talk about everything. Home food is better for you. That's kind of why to go eat at this Brazilian barbecue is $55 a person. But I don't eat a lot of food at one time. And so I'm afraid that I'm going to go there and not even eat $50 worth of food. And it would just be more fun if I had someone that had an appetite too and they could eat and then we could spur each other on and get, you know. So I was, you know, I have been somewhat, what I would say is I've been somewhat discombobulated lately. I've just been, you know, just a lot of shit happening. And I get tired. It's exhausting to have to deal with this bullshit on a constant basis. You have to wait for a minute. You have to wait. I know. You have to wait. You're gonna knock the table over. Go lay down. Go lay down. I'll tend to you in a minute. Go lay down. I'll tend to you in a minute. You can see how well. The issue is that wasting away to nothing right now. They're just wasting away. And oh, I love turkey. Saki says I have a whole fall meal planned for a birthday party, turkey and all. I love to make big meals like that. I love Persian food. That's the reason why I like to eat. Pomegranate molasses and stew is delicious. It's delicious. It ends up, because it's not sickening sweet, fruity. You would, because of the molasses, you would think. Getting a pup Sunday. And what a pretty little puppy that is, too. Lebanese food is delicious, too. There's a Mediterranean place on Pacific Street that I eat at a lot. It was the last place that Owen introduced me to. A therapist friend of his took him to it, and then he had to show me, and it's an amazing place. And it's cool because it's somewhat Middle Eastern, but it's also Greek too. They have some Greek food as well. And you can get a gyro there. And so it's nice because you can take people who are kind of hesitant and actually find stuff there. There's a great Russian restaurant too in town. The best Greek food in town is the Greek islands, but it's a bit pricey. See, now you guys, I was going to get off here, but now you guys are all talking about food. Now I don't want to get off here. Mojaka is a good meal. Beef chunks, taters, carrots, celery, turnip chunks, and a beef broth with whole allspice, courtesy of Finland. Finland has some really good food too. That's when I traveled. That's all I ever want to do is go eat. I like to go eat food that I have never eaten before. When I went to the first time I ever went to an Ethiopian restaurant, because Ethiopian restaurant, they don't serve their food with silverware. You don't get silverware at an Ethiopian restaurant. You get this nanja, I think it's called. It's this bread, inja, but it's like a spongy bread, and you peel the bread off. It's kind of like a pancake almost, but it's bread, and it's it's the kind of a blend between a pancake and bread. And you peel it off, and then you pick the food up, you know. And I guess the best part of traveling is trying new food. I love new food. I love different tastes. I had a spicy beef stew made with prunes, and it was delicious. And I love rye too. Rye is probably my favorite. Rye, pumpernickel, sourdough, you know. See, I just love, now I'm getting into a better mood. Thank you guys. Changing the subject is just very helpful to me. Thank you. I love talking about it. Finnish pancakes are awesome too. I worked at a world famous Hoito restaurant before it burned down. I probably just massacred that name, but I love food, you know. I'm not an adventurous eater, but I've had reindeer and seagull eggs in Sweden. Okay, cognitive, I would probably try it if you didn't tell me what it was first. But I would be, I love potato casseroles. Garden Cafe. That's the reason why I like the farmhouse, because the farmhouse has really good potato casseroles. And the Summer Kitchen, which used to be the Garden Cafe, there's one in Bellevue, it has amazing potato casseroles. A good meal sets the soul. It does. And breaking bread with people, there's just nothing better. There's just nothing better. I have 4 moose rows. See, I don't eat meat like you guys do. I don't do wild game. My meat grows on trees and in these nice little styrofoam pretty things. And then when it's ready and it's ripe and it's ready to be picked off the tree form get puts this nice cellophane wrapping all around it and stuff like that. And then they pick it from the trees, and that's what I eat. And if you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you on Mars. I just don't think about it. I just try not to think about it. And deer and all of that. I'm not a big wild game kind of eater. I don't like wild. That's the whole reason why I don't like lamb, because lamb tastes gamey a lot of times. I eat a lot of um, vegetables, and I'm a big potato person. I can make potatoes and just eat fried potatoes with spices and a little bit of cheese on top of it for a meal. Probably what I'm going to eat tonight, actually, because I have potatoes. And so I'm just going to fry up some potatoes and eat it. I don't eat wild game. And the one and only time that my dad took me pheasant hunting, we went pheasant hunting and he shot these two birds. And when we went to go pick up these birds, and I saw how beautiful, oh, cool cognitive. Thank you. Thank you. Um, when I saw how beautiful those pheasants were, I was pissed that my dad killed them. And so for 2 hours, my dad had to just listen to me bitch at him about killing these beautiful birds. And then they cooked them, and it was the nastiest tasting food I'd ever eaten in my life. And when you eat pheasant, you have to be worried that you're going to bite down on bullet crap. I just don't get it. It was disgusting, you know. But then I also was told that when I first was looking for a house, bison steaks are awesome. See, I would be interested in trying that. I would be interested in trying deer steaks. You know, I don't know, especially if it's cooked correctly. I guess that's the thing with everything, is that it's cooked if it's cooked correctly. I'm so glad this isn't a conference call. I just yelled at my rooster. I was looking when I first went to go look for a house before I bought this house. I thought about moving onto an acreage, but my friends are like, please do not move to an acreage. They were just afraid that I was going to end up disappearing on that acreage. But when I was thinking about acreages, I was thinking, oh, I could get chickens. And everyone around here told me, yeah, they lay eggs for about 5.5 years, and then you kill them. And I just looked at people around here and was just like, okay, after 5.5 years, they're my pets. There's no way I would kill them. And if they died, I couldn't eat them. I wouldn't eat them, you know. Turkeys are mean, but they are pretty. And the wild turkeys are just, I think animals are amazing. I think deer are just the most graceful creatures. And so my ancestors, I wouldn't be a gatherer. I would be a preparer. Way back when, I wouldn't be out killing things. I'd be in with all the women cooking the food, at least in this life. And so, oh no, I could not eat fried seahorses in Thailand. But I love Thai food. I just wouldn't eat. There's just certain things, but I love Thai food. A 5-year-old chicken is bad meat. You do 1 year tops. Egg layers you keep as pets. Meat chickens you can cycle every 3 to 5 months. I would probably, you know, because I like chicken. I like chicken a lot. Wild turkey are all over Staten Island, New York. Key West, I don't know what it's like now, but for years you couldn't kill any chickens. You know, I love to cook with people. Sweet Delight says, David, we can cook together. I love to cook with people. Mama's pizza. Mama's makes some amazing. Do you know who actually makes the best pizza I've ever eaten? He's up here in Harlan, the bowling alley. Has the best pizza I've ever had. They have like a little pizza maker and their dough, and it's an amazing, amazing pizza. And I'm hungry, so I'm probably gonna get off here. I wouldn't eat seahorse, but then I won't eat crawdads either. I I'm weird about my hands. I don't like to eat food that gets my hands all gross. Even though I will, like I'll eat chicken wings and ribs and all of that stuff, but I don't like my hands to be dirty, you know. They served that in a little village in Thailand when I was there. That would be so much fun. I would love to like go to Thailand and go look at their temples. I've always wanted to do stuff like that. I love crab. I love seafood. I know. I got to get off here, guys, because I have a black lab that is just wasting away to nothing. Wasting away to nothing. If she doesn't eat here in just the next minute or two, there just won't be anything left of her. She is very spoiled. She is very spoiled. Okay, come on out. There you go. He's very spoiled. He's very spoiled. Oh, he's very spoiled. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I got to get off here because I'm starving too. I'll pray quick. Heaven, we come to you, and as your children, just asking to keep us going. I appreciate coming in here tonight. I feel better. Today, the last couple days have just been exasperating and irritating, and even though I'm not questioning my faith, I'm just irritated. And I know we all experience that. And I like coming in here. I appreciate the people that you send in here because we're all able to lift each other up and support each other. Because walking the path is hard sometimes. And a lot of times. It's worth it, but it ain't easy. And I just am grateful for all that you do for us. And I just can't say that enough. And we say these things lovingly in your Son and our brother's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. And so I hope you catch the live. I'll be doing another one this weekend. I'll do another one. I'm going to try and do 2 a week. And videos, you know, every once in a while. I just like to keep up because I know that people get worried if I don't do stuff. And at this moment in time, when they're telling me that I'm about ready to disappear, I don't want to just disappear and have nobody realize. There are some of you that know me well enough to know that you would know if something was up. And so I'm grateful for that. And I'm just really grateful. Cognitive, fill your hearts with love. That's it. Fill your hearts with love. You know? Les Fed, it was wonderful. I thank you for coming in. I would love to hear your stories about Thailand. I love to hear people tell me about their experiences. There's so much interest in. The only place that I've ever gone is Canada. I'm not well traveled at all. when you're poor, you don't travel a lot. And I've never been much of a traveler. I've always had dogs, and I don't like to leave the dogs. And so, and I know you guys care. Lady Red says we care, David. And I know you guys do. You will be fine. Bystander says you will be fine. I really do believe that. They're full of threats, but I'm still here. Despite everything they have actually tried to do, I'm still here. And so God protects me. Saki, I appreciate it. God, please protect David and heal him and surround him with love. Send all that negative energy back to the sender tenfold. You know, the thing about it yesterday is that I was laughing with someone yesterday because I imagine that I was in those people's heads all day yesterday as they were probably just watching everything about my YouTube to see what I was taking down, which I didn't take anything down. And it was just, it was amusing to think about it. You know, it was amusing to think about it. And I bet they were all kinds of upset. And I was in a good mood yesterday. I was just, I should have done something, but like I said, I had worked all day out in the yard. I had gotten so much stuff done. And after I ate, I was tired. I wanted to go to bed, you know? That's just it. Go eat a wholesome meal. Bystander says go eat a wholesome meal. I don't know how wholesome. I'm just going to go fry some potatoes. I'm going to fry some potatoes. I have some peppers that I had to harvest off of my pepper plants, so I'll throw some peppers in there. I think I have a package of bacon in the freezer, so I might just put some bacon in there, and I have some cheese. I don't know how wholesome it is, but it's comfort food, and it's delicious. The key to frying potatoes is to cook them for a long time at a low heat, because then they get crispy, but they're also, it's just, I like that, you know? Food is just kind of a thing. It's something that you share with people, or you're supposed to. And I like to share stuff. That's the reason why, that's one of the biggest reasons I miss Owen, is it was so much fun. Saki, I'm not going to make any coffee. LaFay says, enjoy your potatoes, maybe catch you next stream, and bye everyone else. Oh, like and share. I always forget that doing these things. Like and share. If you like this stuff, like, share, subscribe. I guess that's the 3 things that I need to ask. I sell my book for $30. Only, you can get it cheaper on Amazon, but I will inscribe it for you and sign it. PayPal and Venmo is just Shurter. Anybody who wants to just donate, my birds would be happy, because the first thing I would do is buy food. I have to end up using my own money because people actually helped me to go eat at that Brazilian restaurant. And of course, I went and bought groceries with it. I didn't end up going to the Brazilian restaurant. But going alone just seems like a bummer. Owen and I were planning on it so hard, so it's just, there's kind of a psych block there, because it just hurts my feelings to actually think about it. And PayPal, people scam people on PayPal a lot. They have a PayPal account that they set up that they're using that's not me. You know, I showed that. There's screenshots of that. The police know it, you know? And so I don't ever peel my potatoes. I'm going to fry them. I always cook them with the skins, because all of the nutrients are in the skin. And I don't mind fried potatoes with the skin on them. I got your book and loved it. I'm glad you appreciated it. Okay, I just need to get off here, guys. Babe, thank you. And again, Saturday, Sunday. Probably Saturday, because Saturdays, I get a lot of people. If I go on, like, especially Saturday morning, you know, you guys seem to be on there Saturday morning. And thank you guys for hearing me out. I feel so much better now that I've come on here and talked about food and talked about, I'm just, sometimes you just need a break from all of this mentally. And I'm just exhausted with this shit. You know, the fact that they are accusing me of being inappropriate with the teenage boy, but then got upset because I was forwarding what they were accusing me of to my local law officials. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? If I know you're being inappropriate with kids, I'm gonna go call them. I'm gonna go get a hold of the police. That's how it's supposed to work. That's how it's supposed to work. Is that not how it's? Do I live in a world that doesn't exist anymore? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? You know? And far be it from me to, if they want to investigate me, go right ahead. That's the issue, is that I am sure I have been investigated over and over and over and over and over and over. And they have never been able to find anything. Now they're just making shit up, But I am concerned because there's this big issue. The Slime King made a big issue out of, there's no one getting into his house and all the shit that's been going on. And then for them to say, what's on your hard drive? I don't know how to go through my whole hard drive, but if they put something on my fucking computer, how would I find that out? Because if I find something on my fucking computer, I'm gonna drive my ass to the fucking sheriff's office. That's what's gonna fucking happen. I'm not playing these goddamn games. I'm just not. I'm not gonna play these games. And so, but I'm also not gonna hide my computer. I don't feel like I should have to hide the shit in my house. I have 3 fucking readers out of 10 readers. See, because I know you guys are. The whole thing about it is I don't know what they do in my house. But now they're making an issue out of this, and I've called the cops, and I'm going to send my cops this video. Neil knows how I feel. Go read the screenshots. It's not like I haven't been pretty open about everything. You would think that something would happen. But to this point, not a fucking thing. Oh my God. Staying off the grid. The whole thing about it is, what are you, 12? I just blocked the person. Oh my God. Before I end up getting into an irritated mood back again, I'm getting off here. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon.